Welcome back to the Entrepreneur's Guide to Social Networking, how to get more customers without spending a ton of cash. I am your host, Greg Pitstick, and on today's video, I'm going to talk about why on earth should you care about social networking? What is it, and what's different about it than what you did 15 years ago? Why should you care today? Well, guess what? 15, 20 years ago, you did marketing, your advertising, you grew your business. Now there's a whole new way of doing it on the internet. But what hasn't changed is the person. We've been networking, we've been communicating with each other as human beings for thousands and thousands of years. In fact, the psychology of the way that we work with each other, the nonverbal communication we have, the emotional communication we have, has been established in our species for a long time. The internet didn't change it. It just enables it to come out. You see, if you're going to work with someone, there's three things you got to have. They're the marketing triangle. You have to know who they are. You have to like them. You have to trust them. Because you know what? If I knew of a dentist and I thought he was an a-hole, I wouldn't work with him. Would I go to a dentist and have him decap my tooth that I didn't trust, that I thought was going to screw it up? No. You have to have someone that you know, like, and trust. Well, in the past, the only way to really get your message out was through traditional mediums like TV, radio, newspaper, these one-way communication things where you put your information in front of them. And what everyone focused on was the cheapest one. No. How am I going to get my name in front of as many customers as possible? So what I'll do is I'll put an ad on TV. Well, you know what that does? I'm sitting there watching my Sunday football game. I watched the Bengals, watched them lose this past week. And suddenly there's this commercial that interrupts my show. I don't want to watch your commercial, but it's the only way you can get the information to me. Well, now I don't have to take it anymore. If I'm watching TV, I can use TiVo, and I can fast forward right through your commercial. In fact, I watched a full show of Median with my wife last night, and I think it only took about 35 minutes to watch. That means there's like 25 minutes of commercials in there we skipped through. I get a do not fax list. I'm on a do not call list. I don't get disturbed in the evening anymore. If someone sends me an email, I got a spam filter to block that out. You see, you can block out messages now. Most people are listening to their iPod or their XM. They don't have to listen to the radio anymore. And this is what's causing all the traditional media companies trouble. This is why newspapers are going out of business, because people aren't advertising with the focusing on the know anymore. Now, with social networking, you can focus on like and trust in a much cheaper fashion. So let's look at how you can do this. Let's rip this thing off. In the middle of your new marketing efforts is going to be your social networking blueprint. And there's two types of people you're going to want to get a hold of. One is new people you don't know, so that you can bring them into your business, do business with them. That we're going to use something called attraction marketing. Attraction marketing, the goal of it is to take people and attract them into your business. You know what? The best way to do this is a combination of some traditional techniques combined with the internet, so you pull them in. Or once someone new calls your business, what do you got to do? You have to build a relationship with them. You have to build that like, know, and trust triangle with someone. And this is your new marketing blueprint. You need a social networking in the middle. You need attraction marketing campaigns on one side and relationship development campaigns on the other side. You see, the problem is today, everyone's talking about all these different tools that are out there. You know, we're talking about Facebook. We're talking about Twitter. We're talking about blogging. Talk about landing pages. And the list goes on and on and on. And everyone wants to talk about that individual tool and how to use that tool. Why do they care? Got some stats here for you. Right now, there's over 300 million active users on Facebook. Did you know half of them log in every day, updating their status and checking what their friends are doing? And the fastest growing population is people over 35. My business partner's 80-year-old mother got on Facebook and connected with friends. It's a great place to get a hold of people if you do it the right way. Other stats, there are now over 18 million people on Twitter. 11% of the adult internet users out there are on Twitter. So there's lots and lots of people out there. But you know what, folks? These are just tools. That's right, they're just tools. They're hammers, they're screwdrivers, they're things that you can use. So you don't focus first on the tools, you focus on how to use them. This is what you can do, What you want to focus is on what you want to do. Now, what you do is you look at your relationship development campaigns, and you look at your attraction marketing campaigns, you define those, and you say, how are they going to use these tools out here? Because there's so much stuff going on out there. If you start focusing on the tools, you get lost, you don't get anything done. In the Entrepreneur's Guide to Social Networking, in the next step, we're going to teach you how if you focus on your campaigns first and define them, then you can figure out which tools you should use. Because a very wise man, my grandfather told me, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. And that's the smart entrepreneur's way.